Hello guys and welcome, it is ThatSrb2DUDE here today, bringing you yet another Splatoon 2 video. Now I know it's been about 1 week since I've uploaded, just for, a couple personal reasons. Of course you can read it on my Twitter, but I wanted to do a little follow-up video to 1 week of Clam Blitz. What are my opinions and thoughts about it, how it is as a game type. Is it fun? I would definitely say yes. It's definitely a really fun game type. In terms of competitive, it's definitely one of those game types that require the most amount of communication in terms of making sure that you know how many clams your teammates have, if you have a power clam ready, if you want to push, if you want to defend, stuff like that. It is amazing for competitive. And if tournament organizers allow this game type to be played in their tournaments, then I feel like the perspective for the spectators are going to be amazing. Now let's talk a little bit about roles in Clam Blitz. Now if you watched my last video talking about my thoughts on Clam Blitz, or what I thought it was going to be like, I said there's going to be like a Slayer, there's going to be 2 mid-men, and there's going to be a goalie. Now I kind of want to just redo all of this, because how I described it is that only specific people pick up clams, only specific people do this, specific people do that. Like the Slayer doesn't pick any clams up and just make sure that he slays anyone, and the 2 people picking up clams solely, and then 1 person staying at the base solely. Now I'm scrapping all of this because I'm just going to say everyone should be picking up clams. Instead of roles, I feel like this is going to be a much more team-based game type. So what I mean about this is that your team has to realize the times when they need to push, the team has to realize when they need to be the goalie, the team needs to recognize when to realize a stalemate is happening, and the team needs some knowledge of how they can use their specials to their advantage. So the goalie role is basically defense. Times like this is when your opponents are pressuring you, when the opponents have, well, more clams than you, they have at least 2 power clams, and they are looking to push to your basket. What your team should be doing is that everyone should be defending the basket, like at all costs. You guys want to make sure that the enemy power clam is not getting anywhere close to your basket. You want to make sure that person who is holding that power clam is taking out, and you want the power clam to despawn. That's usually the gist of defense gameplay in Clam Blitz, and it's one thing that I've been noticing over this week. The stalemate situation usually happens at the very start of the game or during the game. Now, the stalemate situation is basically when everyone's picking up clams, everyone's trying to build power clams, and it's not really just one person goes in to, try to take out all the enemies. Everyone should be just waiting for their opportunity, building their specials, picking up clans, and trying to get information to look for an opening. In other words, it's basically the neutral game, where basically nothing is really happening. Everyone's kind of in the middle of the map. They're kind of just testing each other out and watching if there can be a potential opening to actually get into the opponent's basket. Now the last stage would be, of course, the attacking stage, when you're trying to get into the opponent's basket. Now, usually when this happens is that if 2 or more people are down on the enemy team, usually what you would want to do is start an attack with whatever specials that you have. You would usually want to have 2 more teammates opposed to the enemy side, so basically a 4v2 situation or a 3v1 situation. Basically, you would want to have the advantage in teammates. When you do have this advantage in teammates, it is much easier to actually get into the basket for obvious reason, because you aren't being pressured as much. All you need to make sure is to lock down 2 people with your 4. So in this case, you can double team. You can have 2 people push one way, 2 people push the other way, and just work together as a team to take out that one person and or throw the power clam that you developed into the opponent's basket. Now at this point you would want to have specials ready to sustain the basket being opened and also to add additional pressure. So I'm going to go over with you guys the best specials I think are in Clam Blitz. Now first of all, Bubble Blower. Now remember how I was talking about the Forge Pro being like that defense weapon? Honestly, I feel like it's the most strongest aggressive weapon in Clam Blitz at this point in time now. Because the thing is this, you can easily charge a Bubble Blower and throw it to your opponent's basket, and your enemy team can't exactly just shoot you straight away, because you can hide inside the bubble and also bring a power clam with you. So in many situations, you can get a free 20 points with your power clam. You only just have to make sure that you hide inside your bubbles. And you can also bring your teammates with you. Like if you plan a coordinated push that you have your teammates with you as well, then you can easily just get in there. By doing this, you can also bring more clams and get even more points in that one push. Bubble Blower, as I predicted, is also still really strong on the defensive side. So if somebody on the enemy team or the enemy team itself decide to push your basket, pressure you a whole bunch, just throw bubbles around your basket, pop them as soon as you can just to give you guys some ground. And sure enough, it should clear out your basket. At that point, you should have a better fighting chance on defending it. Now, another good special is the Baller. Now, this is something I didn't mention. Baller is actually amazing in trying to get into your opponent's basket or into your opponent's base. I feel with the Baller is that it's one of the greatest to actually start the push. Considering that you're protected and no one's shooting at you, you can at least explode around your basket, and you can also bring a power climb close enough to their basket, just so it's there. And the last special that I think is really good is Ink Armor, of course. I was right about this. It helps you take an extra shot when you are being aggressive, and only just adds more pressure. Now, if you were to take these 3 weapons into consideration, let's try and make a coordinated push. So we have the Baller to start the push to try and get into the opponent's basket, of course. Then you can follow that up with Bubble Blower, of course. I wouldn't throw these 2 at the same time because you would use the Bubble Blower to help protect yourselves once you're getting the power climb in. And if you did throw it at the same time and you explode with the Baller, then the bubbles are going to explode as well, so we don't want that to happen. And then after that, once the bubbles are pretty much in and once we've got the power climb in, use Ink Armor. I feel like a strategy like this ticks pretty much all the boxes in terms of protection because you have someone leading the charge, you have someone to sustain it, and you have someone to add only more pressure. This pretty much would be my top 3 picks in terms of special in Clam Blitz. Now let's go over the top weapons for Clam Blitz. Straight up, number 1, Forge Pro. I feel like it's just essential to have a Forge Pro. Great for defending, great for approaching and attacking, and definitely one of the most mobile bubble weapons in Splatoon 2 right now. The 52 gal's really strong as well. It's really good in the neutral game for throwing point sensors to find out where your enemies are. And also, of course, it's great for starting the push because it also has a Baller. And lastly, number 3 would be the End Zappers. It's just a solid weapon overall. It gets Ink Armor super fast, so applying pressure should never be a problem. And it's also just genuinely really fast and gives really good map control. I also want to give some honorable mentions to weapons like the Octo Brush and Ink Brush. Now, this actually caught me by surprise because these 2 weapons are actually really good in Clam Blitz in terms of picking up the clams itself. And at the very start of the game, you should usually be the first person to be able to pick up the most clam. So definitely, these 2 weapons I could definitely see in Clam Blitz meta just because they are able to do this so easily. I think that's pretty much about it from the week I've played of Clam Blitz. I'm very, very much enjoying the Clam Blitz. I can't wait to learn more of it because, of course, there's always more to learn with these types of things. But this is what I think of it. This is how it's being played currently, and I gotta say, it's really, really fun. So that pretty much should be all from me. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please, if you did, please like, favorite, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Follow me on Twitter and Twitch, both in the description below. Do it for both if you're feeling generous. And as always, guys, this has been ThatSrb2DUDE, and I shall see you guys in a future video.